welcome back to Minecraft. And I'm just here flying around because that is now something that I can do. Although there is sort of a problem, and that is rockets. I have hardly any rockets left, so I sort of want to fix that today. And the way I'm going to fix that is by building a ghast farm. So I found a location in the nether that is a soul sand valley and will be an ideal spot to build a ghast farm. All I need to do is get a whole bunch of obsidian, and I can do that in the end by mining it down one of the pillars. So I've calculated that I need about 17 stacks of obsidian to finish this completely. So I guess I'm gonna get to obsidian mining. So after a bit of time, I have managed to get about 17 stacks and a half of obsidian. So now if I don't break my floor, I can go over to the nether and actually start building this. So over here in the nether, I made a hole in the bedrock, and that is pretty much just up here. There's also a couple of portals up here. There is a temporary ghast farm, which I used to get some crystals for the dragon fight, over in this direction. This is one soul sand valley. But the problem with this one here is that if I just go down, there are quite a few portals that are close by. So there's that one over there. I think there's also some up here. Yeah, there's this one over here. And yeah, there's even the end portal there. So this is not an ideal location to actually build a ghast farm because portals will link up incorrectly. So if I fly over in this direction for a bit, eventually we'll get to here. So I have actually already started building this, and I did this in a live stream, so I've got one layer done. Although the farm, to be a lot more efficient, I'm going to add another 3 layers on top. So that is what I'm going to do now. So I've got a whole bunch of obsidian here. I also need to grab a few more blocks, and then I can start building this up even higher. And there it is. So I'm all the way up there, AFKing up on that glass platform there, and just looking around in free cam, you can see that ghasts are just spawning like crazy. So if I go ahead and go to the overworld now, you can see that this is a ghast killing chamber here. They are coming out of the portal and instantly suffocating in the portal blocks, dropping all their items. So there are a whole bunch of ghast hairs and gunpowder going down into these hoppers here, and then that filters out into this chest, and this much is just from a few minutes of AFKing. So there is also a small problem of a few items being left on this side, but that is very insignificant compared to the amount that you get in total. So anyway, now what I'm going to go and do is actually head over to there in survival. So the way I get there is through this portal here, which syncs up a little bit far away, but it's important that I go through this one and not any of those ones, because if I go through one of those ones, I end up in the farm. If I actually go through one of the edge ones, like here or over there or something, I end up in a new portal altogether. And that isn't good because Ghast can actually then go to that portal. So at the moment, all the ghasts spawn, they go through this portal, and they end up in the healing chamber in the overworld. So it's just over here. It is a little bit far away. I think it's a few hundred blocks, but it doesn't take too long with some fireworks and an elytra, and it should just be coming in now. So here we go. Here is the glass chamber. This is actually what it looks like without ghasts, and there won't be ghasts here unless there is someone AFKing in the nether. And also, one issue with this farm is that if there is someone in the overworld, since this is loaded, the ghasts will instantly despawn, which means that this will not work unless there is someone in the nether and no one in the overworld. But anyway, I'm gonna collect up these items here, add them to this from some AFKing earlier, and I've already got 18 stacks of gunpowder and 9 stacks of ghast hairs. So I'm pretty sure I have enough ghast hairs forever. Anyway, I'm now back here because I have actually done a few other things other than that ghast farm. I also created a new area. This is this one here. It's underground, pretty much like everything else. Like the villages are all underground and that. There's the zombie farm underground. The storage is actually overground. But a lot of this will be like bits and pieces all around the place, different farms, different things, everything all in this area here. And I want to connect them up with these paths here. So yeah, this is something else that I have been working on. These paths, I've just been using some paths, not breaking them, but just path blocks, some moss, some azaleas, some flowering azaleas, all that stuff. For those paths, I need some moss. So if I quickly go down here, I have made a moss farm. So at the moment, it is sort of half finished. I was working on this in a live stream, but for now it is partially manual. I need to load up these dispensers here with bone meal, and then it also converts the moss into bone meal at the end. So if I just go over here, I can turn it on and you can see what's happening. So what I have here is a stone generator that has water sources in here, generating stone. The pistons are pulling it down, pushing it across, and that is pushing all the stone in that replenishes and breaks the moss as well here. The moss is being produced by this system here, which is bone milling this moss block and all that, converting some of the stone around it into moss. And yeah, that then goes into these pistons here, goes down, goes into hoppers, and then those go into composters. And at the moment, everything is going into this chest here, which a whole bunch of bone meal is being produced. And eventually I want to get this bone meal, push it back up and into here so that there is an infinite supply of bone meal, and then the rest can go over here and into some chests or something in this area over here. Anyway, that is pretty much all for this episode. There is one last thing, and that is that it is currently the 31st of October, and that means in Minecraft you can catch some rare mobs. So I need to sort of locate this. Here it is. This piece of stone over here. This is marking a skeleton, which has a jack-o'-lantern on its head, and it's named Zombie. So, yeah. So you can only get these mobs one day a year, so I've taken the opportunity to catch a skeleton, as well as a zombie. You can sort of see its head sticking through. But yep, there is a zombie in there with a jack-o'-lantern on his head. So these will probably be used some point in the future, but at the moment I'm sort of just catching them, and I'll probably do this for a few more as well. But anyway, that is going to be it for this episode. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.